Hello. We're going to go live tonight. I know it's been a couple weeks, but I am back and ready to start sharing projects again. Would like to thank you for joining me. I have a couple things I want to talk about before we start the card. Tonight we're going to be doing a card using Bamboo Beauty. It's out of the new annual catalog, and it's just a really pretty set, and I absolutely love the sentiments that go with it. So let's go ahead and get started. Really quickly, I wanted to just talk about the mini catalog. Mini catalog retires on June 30th. So if you are interested in any of the items in the mini catalog, you are going to want to take a look at the clearance section right now, because the clearance rack has a lot of the stuff in the mini catalog, and there's some really great deals, and things are selling out pretty quick. So if mini catalog has products that you like, definitely get in there and take a look at that. I was going to show you. Hold on. The paper for the Handsomely Suited. I lost the page. Anyway, the paper for the Handsomely Suited set is actually on clearance right now, and I was looking at it earlier because the DSP for it is really pretty. So if you really like that paper, it's very masculine, you want to go ahead and get in there and take a look at that. I was trying to pull it up to show you, but I forgot to put my tabs in. Let's see if I can go really fast in the back. I don't think so. There it is. Okay, so this is the DSP, and right now that DSP is on clearance. So if you really like it, you want to go ahead and get in there and take a look at that. And then the set is actually carrying over into the annual catalog. So the set is not retiring, but you might want to take a look and see where that's at. Just to show you a sample of a card I made using the set. This is a happy birthday card. It has a little bow tie, and I got some wobblers that were on Amazon. And the bow tie and the sentiment move. And I think it's really cute. It's a fun masculine set. I really like the suspenders, and I've seen so many fun things done with that set as well, for women's cards, making nurses' outfits and doctors and teachers, and shirts with pearls. It's a really fun set, but the paper in there that's retiring is very masculine, and it's a lot of fun. And then the other thing is I have a class, in-person class coming up on June 26th. It'll be from 3 to 5 p.m. So if you're in the San Diego County or Temecula area, you can definitely contact me if you want to come. It's going to be 3 cards, and we'll be using the All About Baby set, and it will be a $20 class. Not all the cards are going to be baby exactly. There are some different stamps in that set that I'm going to try and do a few different things with, so that you can really see how versatile the set can be. There's this cute little rainbow I'm going to try. All right, so let's go ahead and flip over to the other screen, and we'll get started on our card for tonight. Put that behind me. Switching. All right. I have a little bit of a new setup. Make sure if you're here that you say hi so I know you're there. I have a little bit of a new setup, so I'm working with lighting and trying to get everything right. So tonight, here is the card that we're going to be doing. It's a really simple stamping card. It's going to have some variegated variation of color in it. You can see in there. This set, Bamboo Beauty, has some gorgeous sentiments and just truly peaceful and about friends, and just very much a caring set. And I really enjoy this. And right now, I needed this set to make this card for a very special person in my life. It just has been supporting me tremendously the last few months, and I'm very excited to send her this card tomorrow. So this is the set we're using. It's Bamboo Beauty. And if you see, it's got this: a true friend is one who holds your hand and touches your heart. That's the sentiment we're using tonight. But it also has the bamboo that bends is stronger than the oak that breaks. It's a Japanese proverb. And then sending caring thoughts. You're so loved and grateful for all that you do. It's a really simple set, very pretty. And if you've joined in, make sure to say hi so I know you're here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. we're going to use a piece of thick basic white, and we're going to cut it at 4 1/4. And then we're going to score it at 5 1/2, which you did not see because that's a little high. New setup. There we go. All right. And you want to fold it and score it. Hi, Justin. Thanks for saying hi. Move our paper trimmer out of the way. And then for this card, we're going to use the Stamparatus to do the main portion of it, which is the bamboo. I had previously set it up, so I was working on another video. So on the other one, I've already stamped once to show the bamboo. So let me just make sure I have it lined up here where I want it. And I should have marked on my paper earlier so I had it exactly and I looked all cool and ready to go. That would have been cool. All right, too far over. I think there will be good. All right, so the way I did this was I used 2 different inks. I used Bumblebee and I used Soft Succulent. And I went ahead and stamped or put the ink on my stamp kind of just in a random pattern, not really a pattern, just kind of at random. And I did my lighter color first because I'm actually going to just take my darker color and I'm just going to stamp right over the top of the bumblebee, and this is the Soft Succulent. And I'm just going to at random on this one as well. Just kind of give it, you can see it in there. You got some color differences here and there. I think I might go a little bit more here and a tad bit more there. There we go. Close my ink. And then we're using the Stamparatus, which is great because you always get that nice perfect stamp. And then if you missed any, you can just go back in, re-ink, and stamp it again. And I did miss some because I was going so random. And I think I'm going to add just a touch more green. There's a lot of the bumblebee showing through, so we'll just add a little more Soft Succulent. All right, and then let's stamp that. Just flip it right over, stamp over the top. Why do I keep missing that section? It's right here. I see it. Let's see if I get it better this time. And you want to use your lighter colors first, and then the darker colors. That way the darker color doesn't go in your lighter color ink. All right, that one looks good. I'm gonna wipe this off real quick. And just keep going until you like the way it looks, and I'm happy with this. As it dries, it's gonna lighten up a bit. It's a bit dark right now. All right. So then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to stamp this part of the leaf and a little bit of the stem here on the edge of the card using cinnamon cider. And on this, I actually did use the stamping off technique. So I ink up. So it's called second generation or stamping off. And I'm just gonna give myself about 4. I did 4 on the other one, so we'll do 4 on this one. There we go. All right, last one. Just take it off the edge here. Very pretty, I like that. And then since we have our cinnamon cider already open, let's go ahead and get our sentiment piece that we're going to stamp. And again, we're going to use "A true friend is one that holds your hand and touches your heart." It says Gabriel Garcia Marquez said that quote. I'm going to use a longer block Just want to line it up. And we'll see how it stamps. Now I did not stamp this dark. And I went over to the side. Let me line this up here. Over to the side, we are going to be stamping another of the bamboo. Oh, perfect. That looks great. Came out wonderful, one try. Love when that happens. We're going to be taking another bamboo and I'm going to do full strength. I'm going to stamp this one off on the side just to give it a little color variance. Little shading. There we go. So pretty. And then the measurements will be up on my blog for all of these pieces tomorrow. So if you want to recreate this card, all the measurements will be there for you. And what I did was just kind of put my sentiment up a little bit just to give myself a little bit of a border on 3 of the sides. I'm going to close my ink. I'm going to use my glue to adhere it. Pretty simple here. And I left just a little bit showing through on the right side. And just kind of make sure it's even. That's why I like to use multi-purpose glue in doing some of these things, because it gives you a little time to wiggle it around. All right. Now, one other thing I did do, this right here, these on this card, was I wanted to have a little extra detail, and I don't know if you can quite see it, but there's a bit of an embossed line here across the top, and then across the left side. And I did that by just adding a score line. So I want to just check my measurement here. So it's about a 1/2 inch on the side one. And this one would be about a 1/4 inch. So we're going to do it with the stamped image down, because we want the crease to be on the top of it, so it sticks up, not down. And that might not work here. I'm gonna have to go this way. When I originally did this, what happened was when I was scoring, I made a mistake on, I scored it at 4 1/4 instead of 5 1/2. And then I was like, oh, well, we're just going to add that into the detail of the card. And it ended up looking really pretty, so it worked out really well. So then we want to do 1/2 inch. So we'll go up here. And we're only going to go up to the 1/4 inch line that we just scored. And make sure you're using your scoring portion of your board, not your cutting portion. You'll be really sad in the end if you do. Oh, wow, I did that just right. So then it just gives a little bit of embossed detail right here. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but I think it just adds a little bit, kind of gives you like the bamboo line, which works out really well. And then we're going to use dimensionals to adhere our sentiment to our card front. And it looks like I may have gotten just a touch of ink right there. So my sentiment will go right there over that. It's a little lower than the other one, but it will work because it'll cover up what happened. Just right onto the edge. And then on the inside of the card, I stamped "Grateful for all that you do." So we're going to use that stamp again. And I did that in the cinnamon cider. Here we go. I ended up loving the way this card turned out, and I'm so excited. I'm going to get this one put in the mail tomorrow to go out to a very special person. I know that she's going to love this card. I'm just kind of making sure I'm straight here, kind of freehanding it. All right, there we go. And then I also did kind of a double stamp with the leaf on the inside. So just make sure it's clear, and then I'm going to stamp it in my bumblebee. And I did full strength of the bumblebee. And then I also did a cinnamon cider, and I did full strength of that. And I just kind of overlapped it just a tad, just to give me that little bit of a look. I used the bigger one on the other card, but since I had this one already, I used the bigger one on this card. But since I already had the stamp out, I went ahead and used the same one. So you can switch it up by using the other size, or you can just continue on with the stamp you already have out. And then the only thing that it's missing are my enamel dots. The enamel dots that I used are retired and unfortunately are no longer available. I loved them so much I bought a stack of them. So I'm just going to grab those because I forgot to bring those over with me and put that on the card. And then that'll finish up the card. The front. So these were the in color enamel dots. And I love them so much. I bought a couple extra packs just to have on hand. I like the softness of these. The new in color dots are pretty, but they're squares. I haven't got them yet. I will be soon. And then I'll figure out how I want to incorporate squares. Your eye gets used to a certain look. So then sometimes you think, I wonder how I can make that work. The only way you're going to know is if you try. So there's the dot. And then I have an envelope. Then we'll just give it a quick stamp, finish off, make it look like a completed project. We'll use cinnamon cider for the front, and I like to stamp in the left corner. This time I will be using the larger of the bamboo leaves. And we will stamp in full strength again. And I'm just going to very carefully do this because I had some ink on the edge of my stamp. I always want to be careful about getting too much ink on the edge. All right. And that is going to complete this card, which I think is a lot of fun. It's a pretty quick card. And, you know, honestly, the sentiments, again, like I said, are just gorgeous in this set. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. And all of the measurements, I'm going to switch back over here real quick. Add to stream. Tomorrow, which will be 6/9. So everything will be up there for you to take a look at if you're interested in recreating this card. If you do, make sure to do an @ and then Lazy Day Stampin' so that I can take a look and see how you changed it up or if you cased it completely. I would love to be able to comment on it. I think casing is a wonderful thing and it really gets creativity going if you're struggling, feeling a little unsure of what you want to do. I appreciate you joining me tonight and have a great evening.